let's continue on with making the top. The first thing that we must do is take the base, select it by dragging a marquee around it, and then right click and make a group. Then we're going to come up to the layer manager, which is up the top here. Click on the layer manager. We're going to add a layer, and we're going to call this layer base. Having made a layer, we're now going to take the base, right click, identity info. Another box will appear up in my top left hand corner, and we'll call that the base. We can now get rid of those two boxes. Now we can start the top. We choose the rectangle tool. We're just going to trace over the top of the base because it is the same shape after all. So we've done that with the rectangle tool. I'm going to click on my layer manager again, and I'm going to unclick base. This allows us to work on the top without being interfered with by the base. Let's now raise the base up a distance of 17 millimeters. Now you're looking at the plan, you'll realize that the base is actually 22 millimeters high, but only at the top. So we'll now put in some guidelines, and we'll be coming 20 millimeters from all four corners of the top. 20 millimeters. 20. Enter. 20. Punching it in on my keyboard each time just to make sure. 20. I can then take the rectangle tool and then highlight that rectangle that is formed at the beginning, in the middle of the Oilstone box top. Release. Change over to my line tool. Connect the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'd like to do is lift that center rectangle. To do that, I'm going to select all four lines using Control click 4 times, and then come up to a new tool called the Move tool. In the top toolbar there it is. Select the Move tool and raise on the blue axis. You'll see it's highlighted there on blue axis, which keeps it vertical. And I'm going to come up a distance of 5 millimeters. So that's looking more like a top now. Now the top is also recessed, so I'm going to flip up and have a look underneath, and we can see that there are some existing guidelines that we can use to help us recess the top. I can now select the rectangle tool again and trace around the guidelines that we use to form the base. Use my push-pull tool, and I'm going to push that shape up 13 millimeters. Very good. Let's reorient round. Why don't we at this point go to our layer manager and introduce another layer, and we'll call this layer the top. Then I'll get rid of that. Now we haven't grouped the top, so let's now drag a marquee around that, right click, group, and rename that the top. Come in here, identity info, and attribute that to being the top. Now we can bring the base back, and we have almost a completed Oilstone box, minus the screw cut bead at the top, which we can put in the next video.